Welcome to a look at another Windows handheld from ANEO. This one is the ANEO Next. As you can see, it's next to its older brothers, the ANEO 2021 and the ANEO 2021 Pro, which I've done video reviews for below. This one is more powerful. It's come out a year after the other ones, and it's slightly bigger, but it's also molded better, so it feels better in the hands. Another improvement is the hall sensor sticks, which feel great, so much better than the previous ones. Not that they were bad. And generally the controls just feel more responsive and more comfortable to use. The device comes in 3 flavours. One of them's limited edition, which is the ANEO Next Advance, which has a 5800U Ryzen processor. The others are the standard ANEO Next, which has a 5825U, and the ANEO Next Pro, which has a Ryzen 7 5825U, so is the same amount of power as the Next, but also has 32 gigs of memory. All 3 of them come with the 7-inch 1280 by 800 capacitive touchscreen, which looks great. While some of the newer Windows ones out there have OLED screens, this is still pretty nice and the colours pop, as you can see from the screens here. Like its older brothers and all of those in the ANEO range, this comes with Windows and boots into Windows, but it also has its own special front end that ANEO created. As you can see in the ones above here, it's exactly the same as the ANEO 2021 model, and it shows you all the games from all the systems that you have, everything from Windows to Steam to Epic, all in one place, which is quite a nice touch. It can be a bit finicky at times, but most of the time it works really well, and you can choose to boot into it or not to, or just go straight to Steam or Windows. At the end of the day, this is a Windows machine, so you can do pretty much everything you can do on your PC in terms of choosing what to show at startup. Speaking of which, the USB-C out also lets you plug this into a television, so you can actually make it a full Windows device with a keyboard and mouse. Turn it into a little portable PC, which is quite handy really, but most people are going to use this for gaming, of course, and it runs games really well. Obviously comparisons need to be made with the Steam Deck, and that's still going to be ahead just about in terms of frame rate and how well it can run games, but this has the advantage of natively being able to support all those other stores that are outside of Steam, including the Microsoft Windows Games Store, which gives you loads of free games if you've got Game Pass. So that's a big advantage here. What this doesn't have is a micro SD card slot, which means that you're limited to the internal memory. But if it has 1 terabyte or more, then you're pretty much set anyway. And you can always plug in an SSD or USB stick if you really need more. Considering the Steam Deck only goes up to 512 gigabytes anyway, and the most affordable SD cards are up to 512 gigabytes themselves, you're looking at 1 terabyte there. So this is comparable, even without the micro SD card slot. In short, the ANEO Next is probably my favourite Windows handheld so far. It feels great in the hand, it's a little heavy, but then so's the Steam Deck, and the screen looks great. It has Windows, so you can pretty much do everything that you can do with Windows, and it's certainly recommended. The only downside, the price. Yes, we are looking at over £1,000 or $1,000 for this basic model, which is over double the price of the Steam Deck, and that's where this falls down slightly. However, I would say if you do have the money, it's worth it.